Hi Fude lovers, today I'll be going over some Qin brushes. The tape on the ferrules for privacy. The 3 brushes on the left are from the Fung Lean line. Fung Lean means phoenix in Chinese. The Qin logo is engraved on the bottom of each handle. The 3 brushes that I bought are made out of undyed Saibikoho hair. There are other hair types that come in this line as well. All the handles of this series have short red sandalwood handles and rose gold ferrules. The color of the wood varies on each handle. I noticed the softness of the hairs really vary depending on the brush, meaning it's inconsistent. Shoshilong has better hair quality consistency in their regular Saibikoho lines. All the handles have flat bottoms and they can stand upright. And since the handles are so chunky, they don't fall over as easily as the Chikuhodo Homare series. This is the Fung Lean 101. It's a round Saibikoho powder brush. It smelled the strongest of Go out of all the brushes from this line that I picked up. It also smelled like when you're ironing something or a hair perm during the first wash. It was pretty strong. It still smells very heavily 3 washes later. The odor is much more pungent than the Fung Lean 124 on the right. That really varies depending on the batch of hairs, so I'm not saying that the 101 on the left in general is more pungent or stronger smelling than the 124 on the right. You could get a 124 that smells really strongly. It just depends on the hair batch. It has a hair length of 50 millimeters with medium density to dense. I'm able to swirl it on the face without feeling like it's too dense. It still has a good amount of movement even though it's dense. The head is also quite large. Qin says they don't bleach their Saibikoho hairs. The hairs are less soft than the angled powder brush, the 124. The outer layers are coarse and wavy. White bristles are really difficult to pick up on camera, so I typically like to leave them dirty for recording purposes, but this one is the one that I wash the most, so it looks the cleanest. It's still a relatively soft brush, and I think people who love round brushes would enjoy this. I used it for loose setting powder and bronzer and like it for setting powder the best. This is the Fung Lean 124. It's an angled Saibikoho powder brush. It costs more than the round one, which is interesting since the round one should have more hairs. I got a softer batch of hairs on this one compared to the round 101. I don't feel any coarse wavy hairs on the outer layer, unlike with the 101. The surface area is pretty large, just like the 101. It's nice for applying loose powder and patting baked bronzer on. It's flexible and has a medium amount of flexibility, just like the 101. It's quite firm. It's wonderful for applying loose powder and patting baked bronzer on. I like it very much and I'm happy I picked it up. I know not everyone likes short handles. I personally don't like short handles either, but I wanted to try some of the brushes from this series out. The wood feels pretty nice. I also like the engraving, and I prefer the darker color of this handle compared to the 101. The 101's a little bit more red. Here's the Fung Lean 110. I'm showing you the clean side first, but I will eventually be focusing on the dirty side. Excuse how dirty it looks once again, but white bristles don't show up well on camera, and I wanted to show you how it looks after using it a couple times. It's a short and stubby Saibikoho foundation brush. It's dense and firm because the hairs are so short. There's almost like no resistance when you push down on it. It's also soft enough for my sensitive skin unless I pat excessively around sensitive areas like underneath the eyes and around the bottom of the corners of the nose. I'm not using cream foundation at the moment, but I do use a BB cream. I use it with the Misha Perfect Cover BB cream. It smooths the BB cream on flawlessly, easily, and I don't have to put in extra effort to smooth out the lines, but only when it's clean. If there's already product on there and I go to use it again, it will create streaks and takes longer to smooth out. It'll also eat a good amount of product, as you can see on the head. This is after I've wiped it a couple times too. The foundation will also get onto the ferrule if you sweep it in a downwards motion. Nonetheless, I am impressed with this brush and recommend it. This is the Ebony Kabuki. It's a round Saibikoho powder brush with an ebony Kabuki handle. The head of the brush fluffed up a ton post-wash and is actually larger than the handle itself. The head is massive and larger than the Fung Lean 101 on the right. It looks about the same on camera, but in person, it's larger. The hairs are less soft than the hairs from the Fung Lean series, but I think it would be soft enough for most people. It's really dense, but as you can see, it has a medium amount of resistance and flexibility. It smooths on loose powder without any issues or kick up. I think it's too big for bronzer, so I haven't tried it for that. The level of softness from softest to least soft is Fung Lean 124, 110, 101, and the Kabuki, which I've laid out from left to right. I like the 124 the most because it's the softest, but keep in mind the softness level varies for the hairs, so yours might be softer or less soft than mine. Thank you so much for watching and hope this was helpful. Please like, comment, and subscribe. See you in my next video. Bye!